So welcome back. Welcome back. Do not for broadcast. So this will be the final stream of this game because I'm pretty sure that there's roughly like an hour and a half, 2 hours left of the game. So we should be able to finish up tonight. I'm not too sure if anything is going to follow not for broadcast. We'll see. I do need to at some point format my text better from chat that shows up actually on the screen. But for now, it's day 1925 or 1975, the Sterility. Yeah, depending on how long we actually play this for, we'll see if there's anything that comes up next.
For tonight, nothing major to report. Certainly isn't anything you can't handle. Still, at least my daughter's in for Advance's new initiative. That should liven things up a bit here. Keep up the good work.
Okay, we're immediately going to start with Songs of the New Future, Public Information, and we will do completion time. We don't really have any ads anymore, unfortunately. Crazy,
It's time for Julia's diary.
What are you? You're new.
Minister reads extracts from her diary in front of a warm fire. Then at 10:30,
I'm not too sure actually what this new one is going to be.
Series Betterment, which tells the inspirational story of Emily Dennisworth and the brave doctors and technicians struggling.
And this is Jenny. She's the
Oh,
floor
look,
manager.
we're like state of the art.
Strong language and
That's
context
Colin. He
is not one for the kids.
too much. Don't talk to Colin.
Incisors is at 11:50.
We're getting involved
Oh,
in
poor
the
Colin.
work, okay, Colin?
Nah, we don't believe in it.
All right, come and sit next to Mum.
Believe in what?
Just days.
How did it all go so right? That's followed
I also don't believe
Hello,
days
girl.
exist. So we're in the same
10
boat.
seconds, everybody.
Monday's a myth.
That explains so much. Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening and welcome to the NNN. I'm Megan Wolf. And who's this, you might be wondering? Well, it's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day here at Channel 1. So I'm joined tonight by my foster daughter, Stacey. Say hello, Stacey.
Go fuck yourself.
Wow.
Right then.
What a good way to
Here
start the
are the
news.
stories that matter to you. First up, with Advance confirming that the nuclear fallout from the 20-week war is to blame for the drop in birth rates across the territories, we asked you what keeps you going. I know that I, for one, was quite deflated when I heard about this, but reading all your submissions has really put the smile back on my face.
So they're going for like a children of
It's
men
from
thing now, where
Sonia
nobody can
in
have any kids.
Hertfordshire. I've had plenty of time to fill, so I've started a new hobby. Since I started knitting, I barely remember that 85% of the country is sterile. My record is this scarf. It's 124 meters long. Thank you for that. And if you've started a new hobby, do write in and tell us about it. Next
Anybody
up,
in chat
you
or on
know how
YouTube
we
started a
love
hobby
your
recently?
Uncanny, comestible coincidences, and I don't know about you, but I think this one really takes the biscuit.
Who's that in the
Not
toast?
Sure what I'm more impressed by.
I need to know who's in
Stacey.
that toast.
The things our viewers spot are the unbelievable way our menu centres are now able to feed every team member every single day. Greg from Proddington has sent us this lovely photo of their breakfast, saying, I couldn't bring myself to eat my toast this morning because I could swear it bore the spitting image of the great Julia Salisbury's relatable face. So I had to make do with a plate of butter and 2 spoonfuls of jam.
That's what I eat
Do
anyways.
keep those coming in. Go on, have a go. We've just got time for one more of your stories. And
Okay,
this
one more
is
story.
An inspiring story of rehabilitation. That's it. Just tell us who it's from. Yeah, and then read it out. Okay.
So this one says it's from John in Stokely. Before I was convicted, I'd never read a single book, but since I was released from Betterment, I haven't been able to stop. I'm even working at a library, and on our lunch breaks, Mr. Wordyworth spell checks my tattoos.
We absolutely love hearing the way our neighbours and team members have been able to people. So do let us know your stories here. You can do this bit, Stacey.
No, you're right.
Come on, give it a try.
Let us know your stories here at the NNN.
Right, bit of a change of pace coming up here. You'll need to use the SFX buttons for the next segment, but Advance have already selected when and what to use. Simple stuff. Just follow your government orders.
So, keep the line green. Again, this is by far the worst part of this game. Is this freaking Oh, okay, you gotta scroll up. There's this line here. By far the worst part. Just clearly a red line under the red wrong ones.
It's time to celebrate this week's team lottery winners live from the Shakespeare Theatre right here in the capital. We're going to hand over to Julia Salisbury. I suppose you don't think much of her either, eh, Stacey?
She's got a lot more going for her than you wankers.
Okay. Surprising vote of approval there from Stacey. Let's go live to that right now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's Team Awards. Of all the many duties I have as team leader, this is by far the most pleasant.
Wait, what did I get wrong? What am I getting wrong? Oh, I'm on the wrong. Okay, I'm on the wrong screen. That's my bad. My bad.
Following the demise of Disrupt, firmly behind us. This is the new future, and I say to you, it's better now. I am delighted tonight by one of the oldest people in Territory 1. He was born over 107 years ago. Please give a warm team welcome.
He's not 107 years old. This is not what a 107-year-old would look like.
So, Alfie, you must have seen so much in your lifetime. What have been some of the highlights? Alfie? Alfie? Is he all right?
His hearing aid isn't turned on.
Oh, could you turn it on?
He says it drains the battery.
Well, will you tell him that we'll buy him a brand new battery after the presentation?
Foggy, new batteries.
He says that's fine then. Yeah, he says that's fine then. And I will help him with that, yeah.
If you would. Sorry, can't get the staff.
We got it.
So, Alfie.
What?
You're 107 years old.
Oh, don't bloody remind me.
Would you like to tell the audience what that's like?
Where is everybody?
Out there, in the dark. Oh, bless him, it's not just the ears.
Who are you? 2 sugars, please.
I'm Julia Salisbury, the Prime Minister.
I like this story. Who are you really?
No, I really am the Prime Minister.
Oh, but you're
A woman.
Yeah, a woman. One of
Women
them.
can do anything men can do these days, Alfie.
Oh, can you piss standing up?
I can't say I've ever tried.
No, I didn't think so. 2 sugars, please, and not too much milk.
Shall we get to the awards, Alfie?
Oh, are you going to ask me about my life?
Well, I'm not sure we have enough time left now for that, so...
When I was 9, I wanted a pet, so I asked me mum and pap. There was no television then, back then, you know. We made our own entertainment out of coal and roadkill.
Well, that's fascinating.
So they got me a pet, see? But it weren't a dog. They told me it were a dog, but it were a stone.
A stone?
Yes. So I called it Patch, which was a popular name for a dog back then, on account of the king having a patchy face. And I decided to introduce him to pretty little Gertie Thimble, who lived up the road.
Oh, how romantic.
She threw my dog in the river.
Boo!
That was the day I decided I'd never marry.
And that's the secret to your long life?
Oh no, I've been married 7 times, divorced 8. There was a mix-up with number 3, see? Yes, I'm just lucky. Are we going back to the home soon?
Soon, Alfie. First, let's turn to the reason we're all here, the weekly Territory 1 Team Awards. First up tonight is a lady who really knows how to put in the extra hours.
Dog.
She works at a transition centre in Hamble-Bamblebury, and she has single-handedly allowed more families to unburden each other than any other nurse in Territory 1. In the uneven path, she'd have been locked up. Tonight, she is being honoured as a team player. Please welcome Daphne Snister.
Are you here to change me?
Just give her a medal, Alfie. There's a good boy.
Doctor, I mean, 2 sugars, please. And don't let it steep too long.
I think you're supposed to give me one of those.
Oh.
This game's fucking wild.
There he goes. Look.
Oh, come on, Alfie! Alfie!
The arms up any higher than that. You'll have to go down now.
Thank God those fractious times are behind us, and now the territories are thriving.
Oh, Ian.
Oh, don't show in the newsroom.
Yes, thank you. I've got it from here.
Well done. Daphne Snister, everybody. Now, open your envelope and find out what you've won. Don't hold back there. She's tougher than one of Peter's homemade Eccles cakes.
Got it. I've won a holiday for 2 in Territory 15. Used to be called San Palmerino, didn't it?
I believe it did, yes.
Why couldn't we have stuck with that then? It's easier to remember.
We're all one nation now.
Hang on a minute. Isn't it still on fire?
Daphne Snister, everyone.
Oh, what about my change? I've been in these wide fronts for 3 days now.
3 days?
We'll get to that, Alfie.
Oh, right you are, love.
Next up tonight is a couple from Farnley who, after a rocky start losing their family's ill-gotten gains to the Assets and Wealth Act, have really embraced the new future, setting up a community farm and petting zoo in their local area for all the local children to play. Please welcome Otho and Lobelia, Jackson Randy-Gannett.
Do 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 do.
Medal, Alfie.
Alfie, you gotta do the medal.
When I was in the trenches, I had a pal called Scotty Wilson. He was from way up north, so I didn't understand a bloody word he said. But he were my best mate.
Should we describe them for ourselves?
Probably for the best.
And his best mate was Smudger Ace. There was them two. Fiddly Eric.
This is a weekly show. I would tune in every week.
Leggy Sydney. She were a girl. But she had a boy's name, so they shipped her to the front anyway. First girl any of us has ever seen close up. She's dead now. They all are. Smudger and Scotty never made it home. Fiddly got shanked in Frankfurt prison in an argument over an olive. And Terry, he exploded quietly at home.
What?
Sydney got a fatal skin condition. Scratched herself to death. It makes you think.
Thanks, Alfie. Great contribution. So,
Scratch yourself to death.
Lobelia, a petting zoo.
After we lost all our wealth, we discovered there were actually people who had never even owned a pony.
Can you believe it?
So we decided to do something about it. That's the type of people we are, you see. Advantage of a private education, probably.
Well, I'm sure we could debate that all night, but there's no time. So, let's see what you've won.
Yes, before we do, there's something I wanted to say to you.
Oh, absolutely. Every citizen of the new future has my ear.
When Advance came to power, you took all of our wealth. You took the shirts off of our backs.
Quite literally, in my case, I used to collect shirts.
You might as well have the rest of it, too.
Oh God, not again. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Fannies and the news are not good bedfellows. Keep those flappy bits off my channel, Alex.
And better.
Keep the-
you are?
Keep the flappy bits off the channel. You know you can just turn the cameras off, right?
You tell him, girl. That's my wife, you know. Oh, no, you don't.
You can't mix pearls with swine, it isn't right! We used to have 3 horses, sent into Bethel and Hungwell!
Hungwell?
We got 2 mangy goats, 1 mongrel dog called Kenneth, and a rooster that would bloody shut up!
we get this over quickly with, please?
As the actress said to the bishop. Oh, here we go again. Hello, Alfie Badger. Pleased to meet you.
I like how the actress is laughing. I don't know if it's supposed to be the characters laughing, but the actress is definitely laughing.
I'll protect you. Oh.
The beggar won't know what he knows.
You know,
How did these people come to power?
When I was in my 20s, and we go to the promenade at Shining on Sea and watch all the pretty girls on the beach. Everything was black and white then, of course.
Yeah, makes
We
sense.
visit the Penny Arcade and try to win a block of lard to take home for the family. You couldn't buy lard in those days. You had to win it. Oh, it was so much simpler back then. Boys were boys, girls were girls. Everyone else was recruited by the circuses. There were loads of them, you see, circuses, with their big tents and their candy floss. You'd hear the music, the pipe organ, drifting over the nearby fields. My mum used to call it the most magical sound in the world. This was before she lost her hearing after giving a particularly loud round of applause. Did you?
I think they tased and beat her on camera for her, yes.
Yeah, just a tea, Pat.
Well, that was an unexpected dose of naked nostalgia. Some people simply can't let go of the past. That's why I look in joy and fervent admiration at the younger generation. So cohesive, such a team. And with fertility falling throughout the territories, we should value our fabulous new generation now more than ever. Our final winner tonight is a go-getter who really went and got 'em, helping to root out more than 170 disrupt collaborators in his own neighbourhood. Since then, he's gone on to be a senior cohesion cadet leader and organised all of the entertainment at last year's Camp Cooperation. Our final winner tonight, Edwin Neverley.
You should be in a transition centre, you old Prime Minister. It's an absolute pleasure to finally meet you. We're very similar, in my opinion.
Well, I've never been much of a role model.
Nonsense, Prime Minister. You have saved this country. You have fought enemies, foreign and domestic, with an iron fist. As with my own tiny fists have I.
Well, let's open the envelope and find out what you've won. Maybe it'll be a fist enlargement.
What a fucking nerd.
A year's internship as a behaviour coach at Betterment. Let's show the fools where they went wrong, eh?
Well, actually, Betterment is about rehabilitation, Edwin.
Absolutely. And if they don't reintegrate, we retaliate. Just like you did on Liberation Night. Thank you for this award. And stay vigilant. Report the non-cohesives. Be a team player.
That concludes tonight's awards. Join me next week when, hopefully, things will be a lot more normal. Back to you, Megan.
Prime Minister Salisbury there at a highly eventful team awards ceremony. Any thoughts on this week's winners, Stacey?
The nurse was fucking scary, the pretees were saggy, and that little prick will never lose his virginity.
Fucking got him, roasted.
Succinctly put there, if a little profane. After the break, we'll be going live to a star-studded premiere. You won't believe who's on the red carpet tonight. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, Alex, one other... What's that? You're off already? I know you had to take the day off work, Petunia, but... Oh, I see. No luck still with Theodore. I'm so sorry, darling. Of course. I'll speak to you later. Oh, Alex, I completely forgot what I was going to say. Blast it all. You're lucky your Susie's a key worker and exempt for today.
Not like everything's spiraling out of control into some kind of tragic comic disaster.
Yeah, that's just like having him back in the chair.
Do you reckon he's...
I think we've already heard this song, so we're not going to listen to the ad again.
I think he is.
Jeremy,
Are you watching us?
Are you receiving us?
Are you fucking with us?
Oh, right. So she can swear.
We gotta see. Okay, well, we're gonna put on.
Hippity Bob. So much better. So much better. You gotta go to better meds. So much better.
Better, better.
Warble time.
They do now have a Queen's degree in journalism.
Heat rash. Hotspot when it
And so many people burned me.
Oh God, they're running out of names, aren't they?
I hear the computer comes up with them. The songs too. Ah, there she is, and just in time too. That's 10 seconds, everybody.
Why would they keep just take her off the air?
And we are going in 5, 4.
Next, the automated. There's gonna be like a segment about robots. That'd be cool.
Welcome back. Stacey's still here.
Wishing she wasn't.
Thanks, Stacey. And in this segment, we're delighted to have sent Robin and Patrick to the movies. Yes, tonight is the world premiere of The Automated.
I think so.
Starring Lawrence Blunderclatch and the late, great Helena Canterbury Boatshoe. And all the stars are out tonight. We first covered this film almost 5 years ago, back when it was called The Medicated. Then, for mysterious reasons, the film was suddenly pulled the night before its release. Well, since then, executive producer George Focus has spent 5 long years polishing the film and turning it into a special edition and premiering tonight with extensive state-of-the-art visual effects.
Are we gonna get into another song?
Voice team. George says it's the movie he always wanted to make. Now, let's take a look at it.
I can't deconstruct it.
Captain?
I can't deconstruct it. Robots!
Is this a wig?
You think I don't grow that?
No, Dick, I'll kill you. Think of Saturn.
There's something on your face, Chief Harrison! I wish you were real.
How was that?
Flesh and blood.
Captain Quasar.
But you're just ones and zeros, baby. If only I'd noticed.
Captain Quasar.
You rusted, but I didn't notice.
Captain.
I'm buffering, Dick, you said.
Got one on you.
God damn it, lost it all!
Here's a map.
What's a map?
Okay, so head north on Interstellar Avenue, left at the asteroid belt, and a tricky 3-point turn at Uranus. What are these symbols? This corner, this is the key.
We could shut it down.
Yes, we could shut it down.
But we have to ask ourselves, who are we?
It really makes you think. Oh no! They're both robots.
Gosh, thrilling stuff. What did you think, Stacey?
The robots were alright, I guess.
They certainly were. Let's go over to Robin Short now in Western Square, who I believe has got the star of the show. Robin!
Right, you, shall we?
Yes, we are live from Western Square with a man who needs no introduction.
I don't want to sound rude, but this guy looks a little bit like a caveman.
How's your evening been so far?
Magical, absolutely magical. My most dear friends all gathered here to celebrate my work. One really couldn't ask for much more, could one?
Well, on that note, with award season just around the corner, are you hoping to add to your collection for a 3rd time?
Well, I really couldn't say. But if the association deigned to honour me for a 4th time, so be it. It's really not for me to say. But let's just say that I know of 3 little gold men who are getting rather lonely.
Absolutely.
Because I've won 3 little awards.
And each more deserved than the last. Well, it's safe to say that your career has gone supersonic in the last couple of years. How's that been?
Well, as I was saying to Stephen only yesterday, That's Stephen Spellman. The Stephen Spellman. Lovely chap. I mean, unbelievable mind. I said, Stephen, you know, this really has been quite the ride. Did you know what he said? He agreed with me.
Wow. And what do you attribute your success to?
Well, if we're talking actual numbers, I'd have to say 60% talent, 30% looks, and 10% passion, brackets general. Not to mention the incredible coverage on election night. That really was the start of it all. That and my own range of sick bags. Lawrence's chunder catch.
Wow, who could forget? Well, it's been a delight talking to you, as always. Thank you so much. Well, Patrick Bannon should be with Lil C for a conversation that doesn't involve vomit. Patrick!
Thank you, Robin. Let's hope not.
I love how she's just taking over the role of Patrick.
And surely you recognize my youngest, pop sensation, Lil D. Her Lil C Colors album drops next week.
Actually, we weren't expecting Lil C. Is she...
She's around. She's not been feeling very well. She's put me in charge.
Has she?
Well, the courts have. They gave me stewardship over her estate, her finances, and her internal soul. Praise Craglar!
Praise Craglar. Wow. But is she coming just because we've got some questions for her?
Well, she might be along later, but as her legal and spiritual guardian, I'll be happy to answer any questions on her behalf.
And Lil D.
So this is she's just like he's Billy Ray Cyrus, obviously.
You know
but yet they're going with like a Britney Spears kind of thing. You can watch when you're at work. Very sad.
Really?
Have you tried just like leaving work to watch?
Tonight, this is one of my favourite looks. It's called oh, what a unique name!
But of course, Lil C is basically fashion royalty now, with a veritable clothing empire to her name.
Yeah, well, the label's gone from strength to strength since our initial TV launch on this very show, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So really, we have all you to thank for all this. You know, this hat cost more than my second jet. Feel that?
Yes, it's a nice hat.
Person.
And Fruits magazine has named me the youngest self-made success story ever.
And do you have any advice for anyone wanting to follow in your footsteps?
Absolutely. All you need to succeed on your own is your family's financial backing and pre-existing fame. It's not rocket science, people.
So true, so true.
But in sadder news, am I right that Lil C is going to be retiring from music?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I'm sure you can imagine. At 25, she's far too old for pop music now. She can't keep up with these young stars. So her best of album is out now, and she's touring that later this year. And then her farewell tour the year after that. And that's her last chance to see her. So until the reunion tour and then the classic tour after that. But it's been a long and varied career, as you can imagine. She's very, very proud.
Oh, and if her health's bad, then maybe it's for the best.
What's wrong with her health? Oh, yes, her health. Her poor health. And it's surprisingly expensive treatments. Curse you, Zaytan! Damn your intergalactic justice!
Oh, yeah.
Is Billy Ray Cyrus a Scientologist?
Those babies aren't going to sell themselves, or possibly at all.
I don't think
Billy
so,
Bob,
right?
Lil C, D, thank you so much for joining me, and do pass our best wishes to Lil C.
Who? Oh!
Now, it looks like Robin is with a music legend who actually is irreplaceable. Is that who I think it is, Robin?
It absolutely is, Patrick. Jesus, how are you?
Yeah, you know, I'm good. I'm great. No thanks to you, silencing me, silencing the truth.
Are you referring
Why
to
do I have a
a
feeling that
democratically elected leaders of this country on live TV?
everyone they're gonna bomb. Someone's gonna bomb the award show, and then everyone that we've met is gonna die.
You can't break me when you didn't make me, you understand? See, I'm the voice, I'm the hope. You can lock me up, call the doctors, but only the moon can judge me.
So, what have you been up to since your team cut ties with you?
You know, keep building, keep moving. I'm actually working on a track right now. Written, recorded, directed, all by myself.
Can we hear a bit of it?
What now?
I know I'd love to hear it, and I'm sure the people at home would love to as well.
Yeah, sure, of course. Give me the mic. Yo. The news tried to shut my mouth, but it won't be long until they go south. Cause my name's Big J and you can't stop me. See, no censorship can stop me. Yeah, see, that's all I've got at the moment.
Did you just rhyme me with me?
No! Daddy promised this wouldn't happen again. You're supposed to clap and say, well done, Julian, well done.
Well done, Julian.
Thank you. Now, ask me a polite question and I'll walk away nicely.
Is it true that you're heir to a hotel chain?
What? Where did you hear that?
And that you're very much alive parents
La, la,
are
la,
currently
la,
on the
la,
run
la,
for
la,
massive
la, la, la,
financial
la, la,
hoarding.
la.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you trying to censor me? Oh, Jay's us there, who really does seem to be going from strength to something. There are just so many stars here tonight, Megan. It really is the who's who of whatever here. I'm going to see if I can grab a moment with someone rather special. I hope you're not too jealous, Megan. Back to you.
But I think Stacey and I are probably in quite enough trouble where we are. So, 3 big names there, Stacey.
Yeah, big names.
Any thoughts about them, maybe from your generation's perspective?
You won't like my opinions.
Oh, go on, try me.
Well, Bumbalonk is so old he's like 1 week away from a transition centre, so who cares? And Lil C was cool when I was like 12 or something, but now she's just another fucking loony. And Jesus is a disrupt-loving wanker who should have died with the rest of them 3 years ago.
You're right.
You agree with me?
No, you're right, I don't like your opinions. But thankfully, we can go back to Patrick now, who has another familiar face to catch up with. Oh, Patrick, what's the atmosphere like there?
It's absolutely buzzing here.
Why
Megan.
is the
anticipation
TV
is
host?
killing us.
Why is
The
she
little
wearing
birdie's told
scrubs?
us that any moment now we should get a glimpse of someone incredibly popular with our viewers, a favourite destination for many of the fans. Yes, the Mayor of Bumley will be arriving.
The Mayor of
literally
Bumley?
any second now. No sign of him yet, but as you can tell, the atmosphere here really is something else. Patrick Bannon, NNN, what's it been like since Bumley got so popular?
Well, it's been wonderful. The tourism numbers have exploded thanks to the marketing campaign. Investors have ploughed millions into the town. We've got more Bumleyan jobs. It's brought more Bumleyan homes. We're all very grateful. Of course, it's not all bums and roses. It's almost impossible to get a good look at the whole these days. The crowds are unbelievable. Who can blame them? It's a bloody marvellous hole.
And how have you found
That was my
public
name in
service?
college.
Well, to be frank with you, it's been the greatest honour of my life to serve the town that I love so dearly. From the banks of the graceful Taint to the quiet elegance of the vomit-soaked car park outside the 24-hour petrol station. It's been a privilege, a pleasure, a gift, and I can't thank the mayor enough for all he's done.
Let's talk to the mayor now. Excuse me, sir, can you tell us a bit of what it's like to be elected to such a prestigious office?
Oh, fuck yeah, the dog's in there.
And do you have any words for your legions of fans out there? Stoic, but blistering honesty from the Right Honourable Peanut T. Fortescue there. And his PA.
A proclamation. Quickly, fetch a policy bag. Yes, sir. We'll get it ratified at once.
Well, there you have it, Megan.
Let's
what
go.
an honour to literally see local government at work there. I'm still in shock. Back to you at the studio.
Thanks, Patrick. What a colourful interview there on what looks like an amazing night. They certainly know how to make an entrance, I hope. And the automated really does seem to have unstoppable written all over it, because despite Boris Horsey in Hours magazine calling it Lawrence Blunderclatch's overly long suicide note, in a review which ends with the words, "and he hasn't even had the decency to see it through," the film, which is free to all residents of the territories, has seen record pre-bookings and looks set to run for months and months.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go back to those lucky few seeing it tonight. Oh, I'm so jealous. Robin, you seen anything unusual there?
Well, it's certainly not my average evening, Megan. And to top it off, I'm joined by famous, or possibly infamous, CEO Sophia Rimington. Sophia, may I call you that?
That's my name, hun. Just don't wear it out.
And who are you wearing tonight?
Actually, this is from Rimington's Fist Case, our clothing line, and it's called Grace and Plenty. There's only 10 of them in the whole world, and they're handmade by blind former fisherwomen. You should see the state of their hands. It's inspirational.
Wow. And so tonight's film, The Automated, is hyped as a cautionary tale. Will your company be taking that warning?
Well, it's funny you should ask that, because recently we had the science guys in to reflect on that unfortunate incident with a toy a few years ago.
Ah, yes, Mr. Snugglehugs. I'm sure we all remember that.
Well, we said, what if, instead of a deadly toy, we make a softer, more feminine version, you know, slap a wig on it or something, and teach it how to love. I mean, the technology is still decades away from where we actually need to pull it off, but it's a dream worth chasing, don't you think?
Aren't all dreams worth chasing?
Well, that depends. If it's sleeping with the family dog, probably not.
How did you know about that dream? It was one time at flute camp, and I haven't licked a toad again since.
It was just an example.
Of course it was. I knew that. Obviously. I was just joking. Of course.
Oops, oops.
Of course.
Well, I should probably.
Yes. Yes. Right, you
about
are.
to, you know.
The movie. Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Definitely. And I'll throw it back to the studio and go hide under my duvet for a couple of months in shame. Megan?
Thanks, Robin. Lucky you, and enjoy the movie. The Automated opens in cinemas across the territories this weekend. What a star-studded event, eh, Stacey?
Who cares? No one goes to the cinema these days.
Of course. We'll be back after these messages. I still go to the cinema.
You should get yourself a video recorder, like the one at the home.
Yeah, I've got a video recorder. It's just not the same, is it?
You're right, it's better. No unevens chatting and chewing all the way through.
What about a kiss and cuddle on the back row? Doesn't that happen anymore?
In public? What's wrong with you?
Nothing. Nothing's wrong with me.
Feeling better?
Alright, you are. Gotta get set up for heat rash.
What's heat rash? Wait, is there another song coming up?
Apparently it's medicinal.
Ronnie's always high. Give him orange juice.
God, she speaks.
He's a stupid cunt.
And just like that, you wish you wouldn't. We seem to be a bit bunched up at end.
Oh, don't worry. It's so cold.
It's what now?
It's
Oh, here's Megan. She's going to be interviewing you.
Hello. Hi.
This is her.
It's her outfit still reminds me of her wearing scrubs. Like, I know they're not scrubs.
Fuck off, Ronnie.
Right. No, I'm sorry, but if we can't be polite, you're going to have to wait in the dressing room.
Whatever.
Do you want to go and wait in the dressing room?
No.
No what?
Is that Harry Styles? What's he doing in this game?
Thank you.
Okay. And sit up straight. You're ruining my shot.
That's 10 seconds, everybody.
Noko.
Fucking right, Noko.
What's that? What's Noko?
Bring in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. For our final segment tonight, Stacey and I are delighted to be joined by Heat Rash. Their new album, Girls and Why We Love Them All, comes out this weekend. So, let me see if I can get this right. It's Nolan,
I write the songs.
Ronnie.
That's what it says on my tattoo.
Oh, you've got a tattoo of your name on yourself. Okay.
In case he forgets it.
This raconteur, you must be Chinny. Why do they call you Chinny?
It's because of this ugly old thing.
I don't know what you mean.
God, you're so fucking embarrassing.
Dale. Crikey, Dale, you do not look old enough to be in a band.
I get that a lot. I'm actually 23, the oldest one. I have a growth disorder.
God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that.
It's so cool, Preeti.
He's only messing with you.
He's actually 58.
Okay, right, I see. You're going to be a handful, aren't you, boys?
Mum.
And you must be TP. What does TP stand for?
Tiny prick. It stands for team player.
I see. How long have you had that nickname?
Ever since Nolan decided Terry Prodance was a shit name for a member of a boy band.
No-co, Ronnie.
Yeah, no-co, Ronnie.
No-co,
Sorry,
no-co.
what does no-co mean?
It's the opposite of so-co.
Ah.
Fuck's sake. So-co.
Yeah.
So cohesive. You pretees say cool.
Right, okay, thank you, Stacey.
Sorry about her.
Not your fault. She's uneven.
So you guys met through a popular show on one of our rival channels, didn't you?
Yeah, team players with a Z.
So how did that work then?
Well, actually, Dale and I knew each other from school. We were actually classmates.
Fuck's sake, Nolan, mate. Give someone else a chance. We all went on team players. We all auditioned. The judges put us into bands. And, yeah, we went to their houses and they just put us into bands.
It's an example of how we're greater than the sum of our parts when we work in harmony.
And occasionally singing it.
So every week on the show, they get these bands and they give them a song that the producer just found from under the bin somewhere.
Actually, I write the song.
And the public would phone in and decide which song they like best.
Right, and then the losers would be eliminated. Yeah?
Mum.
What?
No-co. Pretty. So no-co.
The band who get the most approval get to play their song again.
Sure. So what happens to the losers then?
Mum.
What do I keep doing wrong?
We don't use the L word anymore.
You mean losers?
Would you please stop saying that?
That word is a pejorative. It's a word designed to diminish. At Go-Getters, I learned very early that we only win when everybody wins.
But, sorry, that's not real life, is it? That's just sports board, no?
Thought you were so-co.
Yeah, I am so-co.
Nah, you're a shrinker. Can't be friends with shrinkers.
She doesn't know what you're talking about. She doesn't understand.
So I do understand, actually, Stacey.
What's a shrinker?
Well, a shrinker.
What's
is...
a preety, Mum? What's a preety?
I'm
well, I think
preety.
it means someone who's older, doesn't it?
Pre-territories.
It's someone who turned 18 before the new future. We call you pretees.
Uneven.
Mimis. Nonks.
It's not her fault she's old. She can't help it.
I'm not that old.
I'm trying to help you here.
I don't think I need your help.
See? Total Mimi.
Is that so?
Yes, obviously.
What the hell's happening?
Obviously.
You know what the real problem with you lot is? You just can't get over the fact that your beloved Disrupt are gone and you just don't fit in anymore. But the truth is, Disrupt were violent, no-co, pricks being led by a fucking psycho. I'm glad they lost, and you should be too.
Listen, not everyone over 30 supported Disrupt, Stacey.
Not everyone, no, but one fuck-off lot of you did.
So-co, Stacey. So-co.
We've all learned maybe a little bit more than we expected to there. I'm genuinely delighted to have met Heat Rash. And before we end the show tonight, I think you're going to sing for us, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. We're going to sing a song from Girls and Why We Love Them All called Pieces of My Heart, which is about a real relationship I have with an actual girl.
Oh, Nolan, give it a rest, mate. No one cares. Go on, let's get on these stools, lads.
Right.
Well, let's go. I want the song. I'm ready for the song.
So, Stacey, can I get your contact?
Oh, she's 15. Go on, piss off and sing your song, Terry. Christ.
Right you are.
So, here they are with their latest single, Pieces of My Heart. Are you excited, Stacey?
Not for me, no. I only listen to bleep music and a bit of jizzcore. Pop music is...
Ah, yes, I know I meant to mention this earlier. Apparently, these newfangled boy bands change singer all the bloody time. Try and follow along, eh? Keep the shot on whoever is currently singing the lead vocal.
I saw you standing by the menu center with a brand new pair of Lakers, baby. Do you remember? You took the first of the pieces of my heart. We wandered into a bush and grabbed a vodka and stank. Took our assets and our wealth and drew them out of the bag. I gave you little pieces of my heart. I didn't know two hearts could ever feel like this, girl. It's like you were custom made for me by Remington's fist. I take all of the loves that didn't last and leave them in the uneven past. Share the new future as my bride. You snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the times that you cried. As my old man used to say, you blow me away. I just want you to stay. I don't want you to pay. You make me crazier than Neil today. On Liberation Night, girl, I was sitting beside you. We sat there shaking all the way through incisors. We held each other as things fell apart. We took a train through all the territories and we threw away the rules and wrote our personal stories. You took a dozen pieces
of my heart. I mean, how can you, like, it's another banger.
Didn't know the life could ever feel like this, girl. It's like you were custom made for me by Remington's fist. I take all of the loves that didn't last. I leave them in the uneven past. Share the new future as my bride. Snatch me inside. There's no need to hide.
The one actually sounds like a song.
As my old man used to say, blow me away. I just want you to stay. I just want you to play. You make me crazier than Neil. Make me crazier than Neil today.
There is some snowplows outside, so if that interrupts the audio, that's why.
And now I'm staring at your membership.
I'm almost at a full bar. I'm missing like one line.
I'm trying to find the pieces of my heart and leave them in the uneven parts. Share the new future as my bride. You snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the times that you cried. As my old man used to say, you blow me away. I just want you to stay. I just want you to play. You make me crazier than Neil. Crazier than Neil. Crazier than Neil today.
Fantastic, thank you, you guys. That was...
Round of applause in chat, applause in chat.
Best of luck. Thank you for coming in. Now it's almost time for final thoughts tonight. And I've actually asked Stacey to write a few, and they're just being programmed onto the auto cue now. Now I have no idea what she's going to say. So, fingers on that bleep button in the broadcast room, just in case. Take it away, Stacey. Take it away, Stacey.
My name is Stacey. I guess you know that by now. Don't know why I put that in there. Anyway. I don't watch the news. There's no need. You hear all the important stuff from your mates, so I don't know what's considered important anymore. But I'm pretty sure that it's not rehashed movies and fucking boy bands, so... Anyway. I'm going to talk about what's important to me. When Advance were first elected 6 years ago, I was 9 and in a home. Not a family home like you call a home. This was a state children's home. It was fucking awful, actually. It was like a Charles Dickens book. The roof leaked and the walls were damp some mornings.
I noticed I didn't get a censor for her saying fuck.
Alcohol were everywhere.
Unless I missed it, there wasn't actually a censor for saying fuck in that
all
instance.
the time because there weren't enough staff to manage us. And yes, as you'd imagine,
Unless I missed it, but I don't think I did.
Some bad stuff went down there with some of the staff. Okay. Not all of them, but the others knew, and they didn't stop it. And then Advance won the election. And like a miracle, things started to change. They got better. We had nicer food. The home was not just repaired, but redecorated and kitted out with books and sports stuff and musical instruments and video games. Most of the staff were fired, and the new ones, which there were more of, spent time talking and working with the bullies.
Oh, we're at full bars! Let's go!
A second miracle. It worked. The bullying stopped. My life, got better. Because finally, there was enough money to do the good things, and Advance had the guts to do it. I joined Go-Getters, and on Liberation Night, that gave me a group of friends that I could talk with when the bombs went off and the power went out. Another miracle. I wasn't alone anymore. And that was the night I finally understood the importance of being in a team. So here's my final thought. I know the people who were doing better under the old system long to go back. You say, we were freer. But what you mean is, we were richer. But for every one of you, there is 100 of me. And even now, after all you've had taken away, you are still doing better than I am, than I likely ever will. You still have homes of your own and families of your own who love you. And I'll never have that. So maybe you should stop looking for the worst interpretation of everything this amazing government does and realise it's not for you. It's for the millions like me.
Look at her mom's face.
All you want, but you're never going to get your money back because it's already been spent on miracles.
Wow, thank you, Stacey, for that. My name's Megan Wolf. Let's keep making tomorrow better.
And we're out.
That should be, I think, the end.
Yes, that was more than all right.
Nicely done. I think you might have actually given them something to think about.
So I guess you're going to be taking me back to the home now then?
I was thinking we could go out somewhere and, I don't know, have a meal, talk about our options, if that's okay.
Of course, Miss Wolf. Security will be standing by.
So they're always there then?
There was a thing a few years ago now.
Oh, with that Jeremy bloke? I heard about that, everyone did. Were you here back then? Doesn't look old enough.
She's rubbing on me.
Yeah, she does that.
I only got an A? I was fully expecting an A+ from that one. I got full bars! I got an A+ in sequence too. You know what? I got an A overall. I won't complain. Okay, I got a small bonus. Everybody's a little bit popular. Anyone? I thought... Wait, why am I broke? I thought we actually fixed our money situation before. But I'm not really too sure what the money mechanic actually does in the long run. I mean, again, I think this is like the last day. I'm pretty sure this is the last day, but don't quote me on that. Full bars. I'm so good at this game. I'm so good at every video game, let's be honest. I've never performed poorly in my life. Ugh. Play your way, customize difficulty in the individual mechanics, or remove them entirely in the options menu. I mean, if I was to remove anything, it would be that, like the sine wave minigame. I think that's by far the worst part of the game. Also, I like the loading screen music. $2,079, and uppins come. Once again, you find yourself sitting inside Bozeman's office. Everything is pristine and orderly, just like how the fictitious man likes it. Though, it's rare for him to be late. The doors open behind you, just as you start to imagine the reason why. Alex! Thank you for waiting. It's been almost 6 months since you started working with us, Alex. A lot has happened in that time. From the unfortunate incident with Mr. Donaldson to the disruptive attack on the very building. He paused to look at you. And in that time, you've done some good work. Not to mention, I've heard some good things around the office as well. So I'm happy to inform you that you've been approved for a small raise in recognition. Not at all, you've earned it. But that's not an excuse to rest on your laurels. I'm sure you've got work to be done, or getting back to. With that, he turns some papers on his desk, clearly considering you're dismissed. You head back to the studio, a spring in your step. I do deserve a raise. And if you're watching this Twitch chat, you should subscribe so I can get myself that little raise. A foregone conclusion, day 2303. It's late. It's been snowing all day, and unlike everybody else, you've stayed inside as much as possible, keeping warm. Normally you enjoy the snow, but today has been nothing more than an irritant. Sam always gets excited when he can see the snow. When they were younger, they'd always wrap the kids up and take them off to play in it. Been a while since that's happened, though. New place still doesn't quite feel as cozy, especially as you can't afford to put the heating on. Oh yeah, we had to buy a new house because we went freaking bankrupt. Almost. Because we tried to give my mom all the medical care and then she just ended up dying anyways. Sam bosses in from the cold carrying some groceries. I can use a hand, please. A lot of stairs from here to the car. Their arms are full and they're clearly struggling to get everything into the kitchen. But then, you have been at work all day and they've spent most of it at home as usual. Okay, of course, I'll be right there. As soon as you rush over to help them with their bag, Sam shoots you a grateful smile. I've got most of it, just a couple more things left downstairs. So you head out, getting most of the way to the lift before you remember it's out of order. Everything you grab the bags, you realize Sam has picked up everything to make fajitas, your favorite. You forget the weather and the unpaid bills as you cook in your delightfully tiny kitchen, laughing together like you used to. For the first time since moving in, you think, as Sam flicks sour cream across the table at you, you're making happy memories again. I mean, our new house isn't that bad. Sure, we can't put on the heat. Oh, we did get a brand new raise. A time for reflection. It's been over 30 years since your dad died. You visited his grave a few times since then, normally during the times of stress, or when you're trying to figure something out, or when you just want some peace and quiet. You feel Sam's head on your shoulder, giving you a reassuring squeeze. You're grateful that they're still here with you. Just having them be by your side always seems to make things easier. What if there ends up being like a zombie apocalypse? Charlie was only 8 when his grandfather died. He didn't really appreciate how big the loss was at the time. But as he got older, you did your best to pass on what your dad taught you. And now he's all grown up, he actually started to teach you. Which is strange, but in the nicest way. Susie, despite everything that you've been through, is still a rock for the rest of you. You'll be a great mother to the twins. They couldn't have found a more loving home. There have been a lot of arguments over the years, but you wouldn't change a thing. You're still amazed how far your daughter has come. Your relationship with Chris has always been a bit up and down, but as of late, you actually seem to be getting along. It's a nice change, and certainly makes life easier with Sam. The virgin from the award show was our son. Same last name. She may be in. Wait, no. She may be in an albeit expensive care home now, but she's still comforting to know your mother's around. Even if she barely recognizes you anymore, her presence is always reassuring. You turn away and wander in the direction of the car. You can't control life. What happens, who lives, and who dies. All you can do is keep going and see what gets thrown to you next. What is life in our series of little decisions that define us? And we'll never know which ones would take us this way. Wait, is that game over? Okay, it's been about a year-ish since then. No, the game's not over? Okay. So I got the achievement. It just says, bring the whole Winston family to the new future and beyond. Which actually, reading it sounds like the achievement is just making sure nobody died. So, we got an achievement for not having anybody in our family die. That's nice, I think. I know there's